Joining us now, David Plouffe, former senior advisor to President Obama, manager of the 2008 campaign, and James Carville, Democratic strategist, co-host of the Politics War Room podcast. Thanks to both of you for being with us. The excitement of this election and the fear on both sides is palpable. David Plouffe, let's talk about the numbers. I want to start with this primer from Chuck Todd this morning on Today.
The good news for Joe Biden is he just needs one, and it would hit him at 270. Arizona would give him 270, but let's say the president holds on to that. Florida would do it, but let's say the president holds on to that. Georgia would do it, all right, but maybe he holds on to that. And look what this does. This puts us right here. This is the nightmare. Joe Biden does not want us. If this is what we're waiting for, it's going to be a long month. Not a long night, not a long week, but a long month.
And Pennsylvania does not count the mail-in and the mail-in ballots and absentee ballots until the polls close on Election Day. So that's what we're talking about. This could be a very long time indeed. David Plouffe, first to you.
Well, it could be, Andrea. We'll see. I mean, you see with that map, Joe Biden has many, many different ways to win the presidency, which, as James knows, that's where you want to be heading into Election Day. You actually want to be able to lose a bunch of your targets. You want to win them all. And that's where we are. Joe Biden is as strong as any Democrat has been since Bill Clinton in '96. Even going back to LBJ in '64. The thing that concerns me in any election is Election Day is always a challenge. You want to make sure your support materializes in vote. And this is during a pandemic. So Democrats should not rest comfortably and make sure we have a strong Election Day. But listen, what we saw this morning is remarkable. You have Donald Trump closing the day before the election, talking about polls, talking about firing Dr. Fauci, protecting domestic terrorists. Joe Biden is talking about the economy and COVID, and that, I think, encapsulates where we are in this campaign. I don't think that it's going to help Donald Trump win a single undecided voter to the extent there's any left, but I don't think it's going to help him necessarily with turnout either. And he looks beaten. That looks like a small, defeated person who understands what's coming tomorrow night. We still have a lot of work to do, but I'm struck by just the body language we see from Donald Trump this morning, which is really, really, I think, got to dispirit his base.
And James Carville, you were optimistic about Democratic hopes for a long time, since Biden nailed the nomination, in fact. How has that changed, if at all? Because we see a really big advantage for the Democrats with the early vote and the mail-in. But we don't know how many of those mail-ins are going to be counted, how many are going to be thrown out in different states. And we don't know how many might be stopped by court decisions to come. And the Republicans, by all counts, have a real advantage with Election Day voting.
First of all, we're going to know the winner of this election by 10 o'clock tomorrow night.
By what time?
What people are doing is just unnecessarily scaring people and making them unnecessarily nervous. That event he had, David Plouffe is 100% right. That event in Fayetteville, North Carolina, which is a state, if he loses, I don't have to wait on Pennsylvania to lose in North Carolina. He's going to lose. And that event was literally insane. That you're in Eastern North Carolina in a state that you got to win, and you're talking about some poster at Fox News. It literally, it's insane that any politician would use that as a closing argument. I am not the least bit concerned about the outcome tomorrow night, and I'm not the least bit concerned that we're going to have to wait weeks or months to find out what the result is. We're going to know, and we're going to know pretty early.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.